Assalamu alaikum, brothers. Um, Today I'm talking to you from CaseyIslamica.com, and today I'll be like to go over the subject matter that helped me come to Islam, and one of those big points give me the confidence to go ahead and plant my feet in Islam was Muhammad in the Bible. Now Muhammad can be found, peace be upon him, can be found from Genesis to Revelations, but I decided for the maybe the people who are not Muslims right now, that just to pick one chapter. There's more to it, and a lot of the people going to rebel against this chapter, which is Isaiah chapter 42, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's Jesus," but I can take a little time to show that it's not Jesus. And but at the same time, I don't want to say that. I'm gonna just ask you to go to someone who's more knowledgeable, who is historian or archaeologist, people who know the past. But first of all, we got to come to an agreement that a lot of the Bible is history. History in that it reflects real events. So within that understanding, that means that you can go through the past, through prophecies that have been passed already, and should be able to see this person. Like Moses, you should be able to go back in history and see that this man was a real person. Jesus, you can go back in history and say this was a real person. Muhammad, peace upon him, you can go back in the past and see that this person was a real person. Okay, if we can agree on that fact that is that the Bible reflects history. Okay, in Isaiah chapter 42, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna just come out. I'm not gonna read the whole chapter talking about Islam and Muhammad, but I'm gonna come and I'm gonna just make some points. You can go back and read it on your own time, but I'm gonna make some points that this chapter is talking about Muhammad, and you can ask historians who is it talking about. So one of the main verses in this chapter 42 is, I like to point out key phrases. It says, "Let the desert and the cities thereof exult. The city of Kedar shall dwell in houses. Ye, inhabitants of Petra, give praise. They shall cry from the top of the mountains." Now, it got different versions of the Bible, You can go in there in this chapter 42, verse 11, and it's talking about this person who is in the desert. Okay, that's one point. It said that the city of Kedar, and that's another point. It said they'll cry from the top of the mountains. So I'm gonna just explain a little bit of this. It says that the people of Kedar. Who is Kedar? Kedar, the character of Kedar in the Bible, it goes back to Ishmael. Ishmael was the firstborn son of Abraham. Now, Kedar was the second-born son of Ishmael, okay? And these are the Arabian people. So he's talking about the Arabian people. And it said Petra. It's the area of what they're talking about is Saudi Arabia. So this prophet that they're talking about will come from Saudi Arabia, from the people of the Arabian people. Okay, and on top of that, that's 2 points to make. Then it says, "The Lord will go forth like a mighty man, as a man of war." Now this will be a warrior. "And he shall stir up zeal, but he shall shout and cry. He shall prevail against his enemies. He'll be victorious against his enemies." And so that doesn't explain Jesus. This is because he never fought a war. This man will be a warrior, and he will be successful at his wars. And then he said he'll put to shame. "They are turned back. Let them greatly confound that trust in graven images, that say to molten things, ye are our gods." So he said he'll put to shame the idol worshippers. So you had to go back in history and say, okay, who is this man? Who is this man? Has there ever come someone in Saudi Arabia who has come from the Arabian people, who fought wars in the desert, And, you know, it goes on and on. It's just like a picture. So, and who was successful against the idol worshippers. So it's very detailed. And now, as you go into Islam, I've been a Muslim for about 7 years or more. So I see chapter 42 as like a picture, you know, because we explain Muhammad described himself as a prophet of mercy and a prophet of battle. So you would go to like, behold my servant, I will uphold him, my elected, my soul delight in him. I have given my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles, my servant, who according to his humanities is the servant of God. He shall not cry nor have respect to persons, neither shall his voice be heard aloud. The bruised reed he shall not break, and smoking flax he shall not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth. He shall not be sad nor troublesome, till he set judgment in the earth, and the islands shall wait for his law. And this can't be Jesus. It can't be Jesus. You know, Jesus raised his voice. Jesus get in your face and say, you hypocrite. You hypocrite. You wrong. You know, I'm just being honest. And I love that about Jesus. I'm not criticizing him at all. I loved it. And that's a good, you know, he stood out for it. But this, he's saying this man won't do that. And this is about the his battle cry. One thing that stood out to me about Muhammad and is I looked at certain things that he couldn't control, and I looked at his anger. And when time is for war, you know, these people over here, they're gonna kill you, rape you, beat you. Now when he went to war, he had rules: don't break the trees, don't kill the old people, you know, don't fight the people who fight against you. So and I say, if the man keep his character, even in doing his rage and his anger, man, this is something big. Because at the time, I'm gonna tell you, this is how people fought wars in ancient times. In ancient times, they used to get you and kill everybody, rape them, and brutalize them to the maximum. For that word will go before them. And when they get to the next village, oh no, don't attack it, just don't hurt us. You know, they'll surrender because their reputation go before them. Now with the Muslims, the people with Muhammad, you know, the reputation came before them, and all that mercy that they had when they went to war, they realized that mercy, because they didn't do the things in brutality of the other people. They were very merciful. They knew that they could surrender and be at peace, and so without any type of corruption. So that stood out. So he said he should not be sad nor troublesome. Now this is what I tell you too. He didn't complain. He was very patient. See, patience is the core of morals and manners. So that patience he had is what stood out. So this man is exactly, and he brought his own law. Jesus didn't bring his own law. So it can't be Jesus, like I keep saying, and it has to be Muhammad. But I just want to ask you, who is it? If it's not Muhammad, who is it? Find out who is it. Just don't say, oh, it's Jesus, because it couldn't be Jesus. So just ask who. So I like to leave you with respect to keep researching Islam, research on internet, Mohammed in the Bible. I like to say I appreciate you taking time to listen, and I like to say keep looking at CasaIslamica.com, and Assalamu alaikum, and take care of yourself.